Welcome back to TacNTrack, guys. I'm Brad.
And I'm Gil. Today we're talking about the Taurus Model 85 in 38 Special. Hey, not bad.
So I'm not a revolver guy. I generally don't like revolvers. If I'm gonna buy a revolver, it's generally a historically significant piece, not a firearm to use and shoot on a day-to-day basis. With that being said, I actually enjoyed this thing.
And see, I am a revolver guy, and I like it, but I'm not in love with it. If I had to sell a gun in the collection, that would be it. You know, that's a great little gun, but lacks capacity. It's double action, which is fine. It's comfortable in the hand, but there's nothing special about it. It's a Taurus.
So, I think Gil already mentioned this. These are made in Brazil. They're not fantastic quality, but they're not bad. This is 2-inch barrel. It's 38 special only, but it is rated for 38 plus P, so you can put a little bit hotter load in there. It is a 5-round capacity, and this is about as standard normal as a revolver as you can get. So it's a double action, single action, which means you can pull the hammer back and fire it from the hammer being back here. You do have to actually pull the trigger in case you're trying to Alex Baldwin anybody. You do actually have to do that.
That's true. Hopefully we won't find ourselves in any trouble like that this week. We already took it out to the range, took some shots with it, and I'm embarrassed to say Brad outshot me with my own gun.
Well, and this is interesting because, like I've already said, I'm not a revolver guy. This isn't something that I routinely practice with. I've shot revolvers through the years, just kind of being around gun ranges and that kind of thing. But it's never been anything that I've really practiced with. And we took some 50-yard shots with these.
Yes, we did. 2-inch barrel.
2-inch barrel.
50 yards.
38. You don't expect to be able to hit, especially with a 5-round capacity. You know, you put 30 rounds in something, I mean, eventually you're going to get lucky. But with 5 rounds, you don't expect to hit. I was actually able to get one with this. And it put down significantly better groupings than the LCP did, which is something I didn't expect. My traditional response to small-barreled revolvers, at least prior to this event, has been they're good at producing fireballs, and that's really all they're good for. But I was pleasantly surprised shooting this thing.
So you're going to carry one?
No, I'm not getting rid of my semi-autos anytime soon. You're not going to see me shooting in a single action competition. I'm not going to carry one of these. I'm just not a revolver guy. But if I had to pick a revolver and my price tag was limited, I think it's a reasonable choice.
Yeah. Well, we've got 5 categories, so let's list them out.
Yeah, so we talk about value, ease of use, fun factor, reliability, and accuracy on all.
That's a myth. Damn it. Wow, I am impressed. Where are you aiming? What do you say at the target?
Talk a little bit about value with this guy. It is a little bit limited capacity.
Yep. Yes, it is. You get 5 shots out of it. That's a little bit concerning. I think there are better options out there. I certainly prefer one with 6 shots. I realize that's just one more, but one more could make all the difference. Especially when you've got just a 2-inch barrel. Depends on how far your target is away from you. If they're close by, 5 ought to do it. 38 special is a pretty mean round. I'd certainly take that.
Especially plus P.
Yeah,
the plus P 38s really do make a difference.
I'd take that over the 380 certainly any day. Don't mind a 9mm, but 38 special is a good round. Not quite all the punch that you get out of a 357. As you know, most 357 guns will run 38 special as well. .38 special guns will not run 357, but if you load them plus P, not too much difference there.
Yeah, so one thing that we usually talk about here in the value section is features. There's not a whole lot here.
That's a short conversation. My favorite feature on this gun is that they put a bull in the handle.
Yeah.
That's about, as far as features go, what you get.
So talk to us a little bit about Taurus build quality in general and some of your experiences with this gun.
Yeah, so I have had a little bit of problem out of this gun. The only one that I've had is this screw keeps backing out, and I've been too lazy to be around some Loctite when this was happening.
There's some right there.
Again, too lazy. This screw keeps backing out, so then you can't open this up. And there's small parts in there, there's a spring in there that you'll lose if it comes out. So be sure to immediately when you get this out of the box, look at it, take it apart if you can, put some Loctite on some stuff, and see if you can't get those things to stay in place where they should.
One thing that I am impressed with for a gun like this is its finish. Not particularly shiny, but it's held up reasonably well because this has been around the block. This isn't, we didn't take this out of the box today.
No, this is a second-hand gun even to me, and there's a little bit of scoring on the barrel, which you expect out of any revolver. Every time they're going past the pawl down there, they're going to scratch it up a little bit. And you do see a little bit of that, but it hasn't worn through the finish on it, which that's not bad. I mean, we put some rounds through this little guy, and it's holding up pretty good. And the finishes it all runs together. I don't see any blemishes or areas where the finish is thicker or thinner. So pretty pleased with that.
These guns do have an MSRP of $395. With that being said, you can find them significantly cheaper than that. We were kind of bouncing around looking at a few that were for sale. You can find them for $300 to $350 new. You should pay less than that.
You should pay less than that used, and I can't remember if I did or didn't, but I feel like I paid closer to the $350 even for a used gun. Fortunately, I know the guy. I'll just go take the money back out of him.
So we're going to give this gun a value score of 2.7. It's a little bit lacking on features. It's a little bit lacking on capacity. Build quality isn't great, but it's definitely a workable gun. You know, and really it's fairly inexpensive. Mm-hmm. Out of this and the Ruger LCP, which come in at a pretty close price point, yeah. Which one would you take?
Oh, the revolver all day long. I hate that.
I'm a semi-auto guy. I traditionally like mag-fed semi-automatic handguns, and if I was looking for one of these two, there'd be no question. I would definitely go with the revolver all day long. I think it's a significantly better value than the LCP, especially when we're looking at these cheaper end firearms like this.
And I'd rather be hit by a 380 than be hit by a 38 special. I think that's going to do the job faster than that one, and they're a similar capacity, so. Yeah,
the LCP's got a 6-round capacity, the Taurus has a 5, but I'm once again with Gil. I think you're more likely to hit with the revolver than you are with the LCP, and certainly if you do make it home, the revolver is going to do a lot better than the LCP here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So let's talk about the ease of use of the revolver.
Easy. I mean, it doesn't get much easier. You push it forward, you slide it open, you put in your rounds, you close it however you want, pull the hammer back, fire. There's no safety. And then when you're done, open it back up, push the rod down, ejects the shells. It's easy. It's comfortable in the hand. Fits well in your belt. It's a little bit thick because of the cylinder, but that's really not that big of an issue. Now, pulling this out of your belt, because the way it's cut, it can hang up a little bit more than something smooth, like any one of these semi-autos, really. But if you practice with it, you can get pretty good. pulling this out of the belt, getting on target quickly. The sights on this are fixed. It's got the groove style sight. They're okay. You got thoughts on that?
Yeah, so when we're talking about ease of use, I mean, it really doesn't get much easier than a revolver like this. The one thing I will say that is difficult to use here is the sights. Another thing, and this is just a revolver thing, guys. Double action trigger pull is hard. Single action's easy, but you got to remember to do it. But really, overall, an incredibly easy gun to use, and you're gonna play some trade-offs on single double action revolvers versus something else, you know, on trigger pulls. But with that being said, you put 5 rounds in here, you grab the meat hook right here and pull it, it works, right? It's as simple as it can get.
Yep.
So we're gonna give this thing an ease of use score of 4.1 out of 5. Once again, only marks against this thing really is the sights. They're not particularly easy to use, but overall, incredibly easy gun to use, shoot, and maintain. So, we always talk about fun factor.
Fun factor.
Let's talk about it, Gil.
It is fun. I've always liked revolvers just because I like that style of gun. I just always enjoyed the old cowboy stuff. This fits the bill a little bit. I prefer single action, but double actions are fun, and you're loading 5 at a time, so you're going to reload it a couple times if you're at the range. You know, throwing 50 shots, you're going to reload it 10 times. So that takes a little bit away from the fun, but
it also keeps things more affordable too, though.
It does do that. But this is a really, I don't know, just pull it out and shoot it. You're going to have fun.
I actually think I had more fun shooting this than Gil, which is interesting because I historically don't like revolvers. They're kind of not my thing here. But I really did enjoy this for what it is. I mean, for a revolver, it's a short barrel snub nose, but I enjoyed it. So we're going to give this thing a fun factor of a 2.8 out of 5, which for a snub nose shorty revolver's pretty high marks. I mean, certainly at its price point. You can't go wrong for the money here.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Our next category is reliability. And what can you say? You pull the trigger, it fires every time. The only reliability issue that we've had is this screw backing out. Short of that, I have no issues with it reliability wise. If I could hit anything with it, I'd probably like it a little more, but for reliability, I give it top marks.
Yeah, and Taurus has a little bit of a bad reputation. With that being said, I don't see it in reliability showing up in this thing really at all.
Yeah, every Taurus I've owned so far has been deadly reliable. Of course, they've both been revolvers, and I believe it's their semi-autos that probably get the bad rap. But I think it's a great little gun.
So we're going to give it a reliability factor of 4.2 out of 5. It's really extremely reliable. If you're looking for reliability, if that's the number one thing in your search and you're on a little bit of a budget, certainly fits the bill on reliability. Alright, so let's talk about the elephant in the room with a 2-inch barrel, 38 special accuracy. And tell us, how does it perform, Gil?
Not my top choice for accuracy. Certainly on a dueling tree with some smaller paddles, I really struggle with it. From 50-yard shots, I don't think I got any. I believe you did, didn't you?
I did, actually.
Yeah.
I actually thought I hit the wrong target. I had to go back and look at the film to be sure I did actually hit the right target with it. But the interesting thing here is Gil shoots a lot more revolvers. He's significantly better with the revolver than I am in general. Yet I actually did, I think, better with this than he did.
There's no doubt about it. The footage will reveal. That's exactly what happened. Outshot me with my own gun.
Yeah, that's a little bit embarrassing.
Yeah, and that may be why I don't like it as much as I did. But it's only as accurate as a 2-inch barrel can be. That being said, you're not taking long shots with these, so.
And single action, it's not terrible.
No, I mean,
I would certainly
action.
put it above the LCP, which is a good case example of semi-automatics at the same price point.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that could be down to the cartridge that this fires. But either way, that Taurus does hit from short distances. It's long distance where it's going to struggle, and a 2-inch barrel.
Yeah, and I think the best thing that you could say here is it's acceptable. We're going to give it a score of a 2.2 out of 5. It's okay for what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'd even be willing to say that it's pretty decent for what it is, but it still is what it is, and that's its own problem.
With that being said, are you going to take any 100-yard shots with this thing anytime soon?
No.
Any long-range accuracy competitions?
No.
Okay. No. It is what it is, guys. It's a short barrel, 38 special. So overall, this gun actually scores pretty well on our scale.
Fairly high. We're giving it a 3.2 overall score. Really not bad for what we've compared it to here. Came in at the end of the day higher than either of us expected.
Yeah, it really did. I actually just went and double checked the math to be sure that was correct. But what really, really gets it is it's easy to use and it's reliable.
Yeah.
Couple that with a cheap price point, there's certainly a place for this gun.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, it's not at any kind of accuracy competitions, but there's a place for this, and this is a very reasonable choice for inexpensive, reliable, and easy to use. This is probably a pretty good first self-defense gun.
Yeah, not bad. It doesn't have a safety, so if it is your first gun, be very careful. But when it is in double action, it's a pretty heavy draw, so you're really not going to do it by accident.
Yeah, I don't know that this would be top marks for first guns. We actually did a whole video on that. Mm-hmm. But it is a reasonable choice.
I agree. Well, thanks for watching us on TacNTrack. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe below. And we'll see you next time. We got some footage of us shooting this gun coming up next. Not so good. Revolver. 5 shots, Brad. Get it done.